The Mirage Hotel and Casino has officially closed its doors. I'm going to talk to you about my personal thoughts about the future of the new Hard Rock Hotel, as well as the latest news about what's going to happen with some of these artifacts that are left over at the property. I'm Mike the Vegas Guy, and this is the footage I took from my very last visit to the Mirage. This was from a week and a half ago. This was last Saturday night, July 6th. Honestly, I am glad that I didn't go this past week. If you saw the news, it was a shell of its former self. They already started taking down many of the slot machines. They, of course, did this ridiculous hot seat promotion in order to give away the $1.6 million in progressive jackpots that they were legally obligated to pay out. It was a disaster. They had the police on hand. People were getting into fights for hogging and hoarding the slot machines in order to participate in that promotion. It was reported that many guests who were staying there this past weekend for their last stay on the last Saturday night, it was a madhouse. They couldn't even gamble and enjoy themselves. So I'm glad I went this past Saturday. This was the 6th, a week and a half before the official closing. It was really the last real Saturday night where it was some bit of normalcy still at the Mirage before all that hoopla went down. This, of course, is the view if you were walking in from the Strip, from the Treasure Island side. It's gorgeous. Just this walk off of the Strip, through these trees, this ambiance. No other hotel has this anymore. This, of course, is the Tram station. It has been rumored, at least confirmed, Vital Vegas reported that they are supposed to keep the Tram when the Hard Rock reopens. They will still have the Tram in operation to the Treasure Island. Take that with a grain of salt, though. The only thing we know for certain when it comes to the announcements that have been made coming out of this Hard Rock company who's taken over this property is that they lie. They don't always tell the truth, or at least they go back on their word. They had originally announced that they would not be closing during the transition into the Hard Rock. They also announced that the Cirque du Soleil show Love was still under contract to the end of 2024. Both of those things proved to be untrue, as the entire resort is now closed. So I'm hoping that that Tram will return like they told Vital Vegas that they would, but who knows, maybe they will accidentally have one of their wrecking balls destroy it, in a freak accident. Who knows? We know very little as to what they will be demolishing, how extensive the remodel will be on the existing parts of the building. We know they are demolishing the entire lagoon to build their ridiculous guitar-shaped hotel tower, but we have no real idea of what the new interior is going to look like, or if you'll ever be able to pass through these doors the way you're seeing right now. Some of the renderings we saw included the Atrium. You can see that the Atrium is still there, and then some of the angles, some of the artwork we've seen doesn't look like the Atrium's there anymore. So we really don't know what's going to happen when they start construction. So there's a lot up in the air still. This is what it would look like if you took a right to check in to the front desk. And that historic aquarium. This is something you actually couldn't have seen this last weekend of the hotel. They had actually already gotten rid of the fish and they had this covered up with pipe and drape. So this is something I'm glad I got to see by going a week early. Everyone was standing around taking selfies in front of the aquarium. It was great to see it one last time. Incidentally, I just watched National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation happen to be on cable over the weekend, and they do so well preserve some of these sites of this hotel in it. So if you ever get nostalgic for the Mirage, go watch Vegas Vacation. Here's that Atrium. It's gorgeous. I hope they keep it. I really hope they keep some of this, and some of this magic will still be there in the future, even when it is the Hard Rock. I hope there will still be glimpses of the Mirage intact. You can see here some of these slot machines were already turned off. This was in advance of their hot seat promotion, which caused some of the problems that went down. They required people to be sitting at a slot machine in order to enter to win this money, and half of the slot machines were already out of commission. So it was a very strange promotion. It was such a strange way to send off this historic building, and it really put a bad taste in people's mouths. Here is Siegfried and Roy Plaza. I wanted to go out here and show this because there'd been a lot of speculation and just doubt as to what would become of this statue. The Las Vegas Review-Journal just reported yesterday that the owner of the Mirage/Hard Rock has said that they will be donating this sculpture to the Neon Museum. The Review-Journal went on to say that they did not get confirmation of that from the Neon Museum. They reached out. They specifically said that the person in charge there would not comment on the matter, as opposed to not being available for comment. I personally don't understand why they have to get rid of it. As you can see here, the parking garage that it sits next to is part of the new expansion plan. It's still going to be there. This is just a chunk of sidewalk. I don't know where the jurisdiction lies between the city being in charge of the sidewalk. You'll see on the ground below the statue, that's Siegfried and Roy's star on the Las Vegas Walk of Fame, quote unquote. So I don't understand why they're just going to donate the statue when it's this entire plaza is really a living memorial these days, now that they're all gone. I can't find any good evidence as to why they would want to get rid of it, but hopefully in some way, shape, or form it is preserved. So this is my last view of the Volcano Show. I posted a full-length video of the Volcano Show that night. What ended up being the final Volcano Show actually happened at 11 a.m. on their final closing ceremonies. They did it during the day. You can find video of that online. Tell me your favorite memories of the Mirage. Tell me what you think of this transition into the Hard Rock. I'm not happy with it. I've never met anyone who is happy with this. I could totally be okay with them changing the name to Hard Rock and them changing the theming, but to get rid of the volcano, the lagoon, the entire vibe of this property is just a sin, in my opinion. They inherited it when they purchased it from MGM. Be the custodians of it, and at least keep the Siegfried and Roy tribute on your sidewalk that you will be using for nothing else in the future. I don't understand it. Tell me what you think. Am I wrong? Am I crazy about all this? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for subscribing. I'm Mike the Vegas Guy.